Caribbean Canadian steel pan player has just released a new album of original compositions and has been touring several major cities to promote this project. Our One Caribbean News' Damian Sogren has more.
With several industry accolades and accomplishments already under her belt, steel panist Joy Lapse has released her latest album entitled Girl in the Yard. She touched more on this latest musical release as well as her upcoming endeavors.
What drew me to steel pan, that its culture of resistance and what happens in the pan yard, and that it's a community space and a space that we build community and builds people up, and just the process of that's what I love, and that's what keeps me in it.
She shared on the inspiration behind her new album Girl in the Yard.
The inspiration was looking at who is it that supports me, that allows me to show up and do what I do. And so that's me personally. So there's songs there about my mom and my sisters, but Girl in the Yard on a larger scale is about the contribution of women to the steel band movement. Band players, band leaders, those that have taught, the teachers that have taught the greats that we know of, I'm very inspired by them.
Thus far, the new album has garnered positive feedback from all listeners.
The response for the record has been really positive. I've been getting some really good reviews, some good media reviews, and the aunties that the work is dedicated to, they appreciate it, the musicians, those who have been a part of it, those who have been listening. A lot of people have said that they've been moved by it, that they appreciate the composition, the orchestration, the arranging, and the stories.
The proud Caribbean Canadian aspires for her album to be inspirational as well as impactful.
I want people to listen to this record and feel uplifted. I want them to listen to this record and feel a part of it. The music is very much participatory in nature, and I would like this to be a record that is recognized, whether it's a Juno or a Grammy. I would love to have that recognition, but only because when people stamp that approval on it, I think that it gets into different spaces and different places that some of our music and music from our Caribbean culture that doesn't get to some of those spaces. And I think that unfortunately we need those things to validate for people to see what it is that we bring to their table. And more importantly, I want this record to be inspiration to other steel pan composers, writers, players, and especially the women within that group.
In support of Girl in the Yard, Joy has been touring extensively over the last couple of months with performances in Germany and throughout Canada, and will conclude the North American leg of her tour at the upcoming Washington, D.C. Jazz Fest and the Flow Fest International Drumming Festival in Brampton, Ontario. She has several musical ambitions and major plans to use steel pan music to create positive societal change.
I want to do more arranging and more writing, and I've also been working collaboratively with one of the school boards here in the GTA, and they're looking at dismantling anti-Black racism through the arts and using steel pan as one of the tools. So there's a lot of teacher training, and so I really look forward to just getting steel pan, like helping to further the torch or the trail that's already been blazed in terms of getting steel pan in education. And so for people to look at steel pan to continue to see it as a legitimate instrument to teach musicianship, but also to teach how to build community, look at teamwork, and also to look at that there are other ways for us to teach music, and we don't have to always look at the Eurocentric approaches to teaching music.
She implores the Caribbean diaspora's younger generations to preserve the region's rich culture, traditions, and music for all future generations and communities to enjoy.
When you're thinking about Carnival or Caravana or Steel Pan, it's like the die-hard it's our diehard parents generation that are volunteering and keeping that alive, and that I would hope that we would see stations like this, and that we would continue to teach our children about our culture, to teach and to invest in keeping some of these things alive, because there's something really special about it, and not just for us, but I think there's something so special that I think it's something that others should and can enjoy, but I think we are the ones that are going to carry that torch.
Girl in the Yard by Steel Pannist Joy Laps is available on all major music streaming platforms. This has been Damian Sogren for One Caribbean Television.